Notts County Talk at Meadow Lane. Finally, we are doing a video after a game that's not a win. Don't mention the ref or the officials, but how do you think that was?
I mean, you've got to take a sense of reality about it. We are still top of the league, and I don't think anyone could say Notts were poor. They weren't. They weren't the best that we've seen them this season. They missed a few chances which they really should have put away, and I think 9 times out of 10 it's probably a game that you win. But you've got to give some form of credit to Bromley. They had a plan, which was to kind of, sit back and let us go to them and then counter, and obviously later in the game a lot of time management, which fair play. It's in the rules.
Can see why Chesterfield scrapped the other week.
Yes, quite. But I mean, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world.
No, we've been incredibly clinical for 90% of the season, bar maybe 1 or 2 other games. Today's the day. We hit the woodwork 3 times. Mac has had a couple of chances that have been well saved. I thought the keeper was really good, to be fair. So I'm still incredibly positive.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be fair, Bromley had a few chances as well. I thought, for me, Sam Slocum was borderline man of the match.
I would say so.
Especially with some really, really big saves. But yeah, it was still a good performance. It wasn't we had nothing and they completely nullified us. We were still dominant. We still had men up the pitch. We still had shots and chances. We just didn't convert. So
yeah, I heard a few people chatting around me in the stands saying, why is it not like the last 3 games? The fact of it for me is Bromley are a much better side than the last 3 we played. Yeah,
I mean we've played some teams that can't compete with with the likes of those that do at the top of the table in all due respect to them. Bromley are a good side. Yeah. They're a good side. You forget for the last 2-3 years they've always been in that playoff mix. They're not a Mason who are new to the league, or Gateshead or anyone like that. They're a very solid team, and they're probably quite used to playing that style of match away from home, especially against some of the better sides in the league. And fair play to them. They put on a clinic for what they were trying to achieve, which, to be fair, was a point and nothing more.
Exactly. Once they got the goal, they sort of shut up shop, didn't they? I'm 100% sure when I ask this question, I know the answer. But you'd take being a point ahead of Wrexham at the top of the league. If we'd have said after 17 games, you'd be a point ahead of Wrexham now, you'd take it, wouldn't you?
Every day. And I think what you've got to remember is that Notts, on paper, are probably the second best team in the league. Yeah. But there is still a huge difference between financially what Wrexham have put into their playing squad to what Notts have, and that's no diss to Notts. We just can't compete with the quality of player they can choose from. So I mean, anyone that would have any qualms about where we are in terms of dropping points, we can't afford to have that depth of squad that is relentlessly winning. It's just not there really. So no, there's no complaints.
I say 1 point ahead of Wrexham. There were like seconds to go in a lot of added time against Maidenhead. I assume they've won the game at this point. Southend next Tuesday, tough one. Yeah,
a difficult one. A team who's in very, very good form as well. I think they're in the playoffs as of this afternoon as well, this evening. It won't be easy. I know we went there last year and played very well and got the 3 points, but it's going to be tough, and it's a Tuesday night, so it'll be under the lights. It'll be probably a pretty intimidating place. Maybe, I don't know what the crowds they get these days, but yeah, it's not going to be easy.
No. Cheers, John and Matt.
Thank you, mate.